Hello and welcome to today's video. Today I thought I'd do an update on my commuter bike because how I converted my road bike to a commuter bike is still one of my most popular videos, and that's not my commuter bike anymore. I've had a gravel bike as a commuter bike for the past 3 months, so I thought I'd do a bit of a review on that and how I'm getting on with it. So my old commuter bike was a Genesis Delta, which I've replaced with a Lapierre Crosshill 2.0 2023 model. The reason I changed it is because my company changed its IT policy, so I'd be taking my laptop to and from the office more, and my road bike with its 25mm wide tyres wasn't suitable, and it would mean I was wearing down components a lot quicker than I had to be. So I replaced the back wheel to just tie it over until I got a new one, but it needs a new chainset and headset as well. So I bought a gravel bike instead. For a bit of context, I had a bike on order from the bike shop already as a winter road bike, which I ordered in October last year, but it hadn't come by the time I needed a new bike for the commuter. So we just switched which one I was getting. I paid £1,200 for this, but I commute to the office 3 times a week, and as such don't have to pay parking or petrol or a bus ticket or anything, so it is a good investment. And I did 540 miles in the first 3 months, most of which was commuting, but some of it was just regular training rides, which I did on that bike when my summer bike was in for a service. So we'll start at the front. So the tyres are CST Traveller City Classic, which was something the bike shop put on for me, and I had Continental Gator skins on my old bike, which I then replaced with the Strawberry Marathon Plus. And yeah, they're a bit wider, I think 32 or 33 millimetres rather than 25, which really increased my comfort more than I thought it would. I had to use my old bike one day in the first week after I got it because I was staying late and didn't want my brand new bike locked up in the city centre of Leicester. So I used the old one, and the difference was massive. I was no longer having to avoid the potholes and bumps in the road so carefully, which was nice. I'm also quite excited to potentially get a pair of ice tyres, the little ones with spikes, for the winter when it's really icy. So, which wouldn't fit on my old bike. They also have disc brakes, which was another thing that when I was looking to upgrade was quite important to me, because I do like my disc brakes, which I have on my cyclocross and mountain bikes anyway. I also quite like the pattern on the fork, it's like little contours. Originally, before I bought this bike, I thought when I replace my commuter in a few years, I'd probably go for a flat bar hybrid style one, but because we were replacing it so suddenly, I thought I'd stick with the drop bars because I'm used to drop bars and I do quite like them. I wasn't quite ready to give them up yet on my commuter. The bars were one thing I wasn't quite sure about at the start because they're 44 centimetres wide. My road bike is 38 centimetres, and even my cyclocross bike is only 40 centimetres. But I am quite liking the extra width for starting off at junctions and stuff. If I ride home from work, have something to eat and then go out on my road bike, it's like going from really, really wide to super aero, which took a bit of getting used to, but I think I'm used to it now and I do quite like them. I also wasn't sure about the flare on the bars, but then because I'm only riding on the hoods on the way to work, I haven't really noticed it. I also have a little personalised stem cap that says, "Rebecca, you've totally got this." I really like the colour of the frame, and quite randomly it matches my shoes really well. Now, I got my shoes for Christmas last year because I'd basically worn through the heel of my old commuter shoes. So I got a new pair of Adidas 510s, which are technically mountain bike shoes, but I find they work really well. And more by coincidence, they match really nicely. I've also got a pink bottle cage on. I wasn't quite sure what colour to go for, but pink's the only colour I have that's not on another bike already. I was also not sure about the bar tape, which is currently black, but when I replace it, will also be pink. I had bright orange on my old one, but bright orange won't really go with this. Now the chainset is a spec down from what I had on my old bike, but because it's so new I've barely noticed it, and I'm also only commuting to and from the office, so not going really fast, and also not that important that it's any higher spec than what it is. It's got 2 chain rings, 46 and 30 on the front, and then an 1134 cassette on the back, which I've only really used the big ring for riding to work. Pedals, I've got the 50/50 ones that I had on my old bike. I like clipping in riding to work, particularly when I'm sharing with cars. I find I just get started at junctions a bit quicker, which is something I'm quite glad that I've got my cleats, and I use cleats for everything, which means I'm also very used to clipping in and out very quickly. See, I'm not too worried about not being able to unclip, and the benefits of clipping in for me mean that I do commute in proper cycling shoes. Then up to the saddle. This was the first thing I changed. I changed it to the Live Contact Forward, which is the same saddle I've got on most of my other bikes, so my road bike, my mountain bikes, my cyclocross bikes. They were the standard stock saddles on the Live cyclocross bikes and Live mountain bikes when I bought them, and I find them really comfy. So I don't ride in padded shorts to work. I do ride in Rapha cycling specific shorts, which just means the fabric's a bit more durable. And then I've got my Pannier Rack on the back wheel. This is a new Pannier Rack. The bike shop kindly put it on for me because they thought the one that I had on my old bike wouldn't fit. The one thing that my wheels are missing is mudguards, because my old ones won't fit on this, and I just haven't got around to getting new ones yet. That is everything, I think, about my new bike. I don't regret getting a new bike, and I don't really regret getting it as a gravel bike rather than a flat bar commuter. It is heavier than my other bike, I think. Well, it certainly is with my laptop on the back. So I have been cycling a bit more slowly, but it's still a nice ride into the city centre every day. Thanks for watching. Bye!